What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be sharing some very exciting news. If you don't already know, Nabisco has finally come out with a gluten-free Oreo. And I not only bought the regular Oreos, but the double stuffed ones that I, as you can see, already tore into. Apparently I've been out of the Oreo game for so long that I had forgotten that they have an easy open tab, and I just ripped them open. And then my husband pointed it out and he was like, you could have just, you know, pulled the tab, but I didn't, so sorry. But anyways, it doesn't really matter as long as you can get to the Oreos. That's all that matters. So yeah, I'm doing a stuffed Oreo cookie cupcake today. I forgot what I was saying. And we're not only gonna just, you know, rip open the cupcake and stuff in a cookie. No, we're gonna bake the cookie in a cupcake. It's a lot easier than it sounds, I promise. But yeah, so just stick around for that. See you in just a second. So today we are going to be talking about these wonderful beauties, which are gluten-free Oreos, which is so exciting. But yeah, let me get some ingredients on this table because we are going to be making some gluten-free Oreo stuffed cupcakes that are also dairy-free. I'm going to be showing you some tried and true ingredients and a recipe that I use all the time. So give me just a second. Let me get some ingredients on this table. All right, we got our ingredients, but first I just remembered I need to get my pans together, so hold on just a second. Okay, so now I have all of my liners and my pans. I'm just gonna put the liners inside the pans. I don't know how many I'm gonna need exactly. I'm just assuming a couple dozen. Okay, so perfect amount. Wow, I couldn't have planned that better myself. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside. And I'm bringing these ingredients. So I've got all these ingredients together. I'll put the recipe online for you in the description box, but I've got the sugar in my mixer bowl already. So I'm gonna put that on the mixer stand. Put these Oreos over here. One just fell off. Okay, so get that together. And what I'm gonna do is, to make this vegan, is to add some applesauce. And you want like half a cup for 2 eggs. So this is normally what this recipe uses. And this is the applesauce. And it usually comes in a 4-ounce container. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in with the sugar. Make sure I get it all. And then throw that away. And turn on my mixer. Now you want to mix this up really good for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to talk while this thing is running because you're never going to be able to hear me. Okay, so after about a couple of minutes at medium speed, I'm going to add in thirds the I can't talk, the liquid and the dry ingredients. So go ahead and add some of the dry. I say thirds, but I usually just eyeball it. Okay, and turn this on. Low speed. I'm gonna go ahead and add the vanilla so I don't forget it, because I will. Kind of speed it up a little bit. All right, until it's incorporated a little bit more, and then add a little bit more dry. Now this is, I didn't even say this, this is a cup for cup gluten-free flour. I usually love using the Bob's Red Mill. You can also make your own. And I've also got some rice milk with some vinegar in it. So I'm gonna add this. I let this sit for like 5 minutes so it can turn into more like a buttermilk type mixture. It just helps with that. If you can't do the buttermilk because of, you know, lactose intolerance, this is a great option. So turn this on low again. You don't want flour going everywhere. I'm gonna add the rest of this flour. Make sure you scrape it down really good. Make sure you get the bottom. All right. I'm gonna let this mix like for 2 minutes more. Okay, so that's mixed for a couple of minutes. Definitely looks like cake batter. And the applesauce is gonna act like your eggs in this recipe. And what I didn't say before was I already had my flour. I always sift my flour. It helps with gluten-free baking and getting a good even product, and to help leaven it, makes it lighter. And I also incorporated the baking soda, baking powder, and the salt in that too. When I sifted it, I just sifted all the dry ingredients together and then prepped all of the, oh, you know what I'm forgetting? It's the oil. I almost forgot oil. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me get some vegetable. You can either use vegetable oil or canola oil. Let me add this in before I forget. I'm glad I remembered that. I would be taking all the cupcakes out and being like, you're gonna add the oil. Later on, it would have been a headache. So, okay, let me mix this. I won't mix it for very long, just until it's incorporated. Okay, now it looks even more like cake batter. Yeah, so you always want to make sure you got all your ingredients before you start. And even after I get all the ingredients incorporated, I recheck my ingredients on the page to make sure that I've got everything in there. Okay, get that out. Let's set that aside. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want the Oreo to kind of bake in the center of this cupcake. And so what I'm gonna do is take this little bitty scooper, and you can just use a spoon if that's all you have, because I have a bigger one that's more like for cupcakes that I'm gonna use. I may end up just using this one for all of the batter, because normally this one is too big for my cupcake pan anyway. So I may not be using this one. I may just be using this one. Okay, so I'm gonna scoop out just a little scoop in every single one. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm going to use the easy open tab this time to open up these Oreos. In my haste, the first time I didn't do that. And I'm gonna plop an Oreo into the center of each one. Now the Oreos are gonna take up a lot of room too, so I think I'm just gonna use the little scoop for all of them. So let me finish this. And look at that, I still have some left over. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take my little scoop and I'm gonna completely cover the Oreos. That's actually a good size, so I think I'm gonna continue on. Okay, so I don't have quite enough for this one, but I might be able to take some from others, just a little bit. He may not be as big, and that's okay. I mean, we can sacrifice him just fine. Okay, so I've got them all covered, and I'm gonna put these in a 325-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes depending on how strong the oven is. I think usually I have to put it in for like 25 or 30 minutes in my oven. So let's go do that. Ah, the light's coming down. Stay. Okay, so my cakes have cooled and they're so pretty. Look at them. They're awesome. So you can see the cookie in some of them, but we're gonna cover that with frosting, so I don't even care. Okay, so I'm back to assemble these Oreo cupcakes, and they baked beautifully. I'm so excited to try these, and I've got my piping bag ready with a tip of your choice on the end. However you like to frost cupcakes is fine. And I've got a vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free frosting ready to go. If y'all want to see this recipe, just comment in the comment section below, and I will hopefully do a video on that in the future. This is super simple. It's just some shortening, powdered sugar, vanilla. I can actually probably fit more than that, but we're gonna do this, work it to the end, and I'm gonna take one of these pretty guys out, and if I can get them. Okay, I'm wrestling with the cupcakes for a second. There we go. Set that aside, set this aside. All right, just simple decoration. And then I also need my Oreos. I just semi-opened this one. I mean, you only need to open it just enough to get the Oreos, right? So I'm gonna smash this guy. It'd probably be better to just grab a knife, but I don't like dishes, so I'm not going to do that. All right, just a couple Oreo pieces on top to finish him off. He's looking beautiful. You can see that. Yum. I'm gonna take the liner off first. Yeah, this is gonna be good. I have good feelings about this cupcake. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful Oreo. Beautiful. Wow. That's really good. You like this? I can't talk. I'm swallowing. If you like this video, please like it. If you want to hear more from me, please subscribe. Like I said, if you want to hear about this frosting recipe, let me know. And I'll catch you later. Bye. I'm gonna finish my cupcake.